Hello, and welcome to another episode of the
Latin
Latin voices.
voices.
um, Happy Thanksgiving Day to everyone in the United States.
Yes,
So,
right.
yes, so you guys are celebrating Thanksgiving Day. So, have a nice Thanksgiving Day with your loved ones, with your family, with friends, you know. Um, so, let's see what is our topic for today.
So
Yes.
our top,
Go ahead, Jesse. Go ahead.
so our topic for today, reflection meet strategy, planned with intention before the year's end.
Yeah, so that's what we're going to be talking today. But before we dive into our topic, let us introduce ourselves. So, hi everyone, my name is Sandy. I'm originally from Panama, but currently residing in Surrey, British Columbia, Canada. I also work in the movie industry, and I'm a proud digital business owner and mentor.
Hello, hi everyone. My name is Yesenia, but everyone knows me as Jessie. I'm a nurse by professional. I live here in Ontario, Canada, but I'm original from Cuba. I have my business online and I'm a mentor at the same time.
Hello, everyone. Happy Thanksgiving for everyone in the States. My name is Isabel. I am originally from Mexico, now residing in North Carolina, USA, with my family. And I'm a proud digital business owner and mentor.
Yes.
And happy Thanksgiving. And we're thankful to be here and you are with us and you're watching this video. And, that's what we're thankful for too.
Yes. Um, so we wanna say, remind you that every Tuesdays and every Thursdays we have our live webinar. So if you want to learn how you can start your online business and start earning online, all you have to do is just register into any of the websites that appear on the screen with your name and email address, and we'll send you that invitation to watch the webinar, which we happen to have one tonight at 5 p.m. PST and 8 p.m. EST. So it's the same time for both days. So when you register into our website, you will receive an email that will contain two links. The first one is to register to the live webinar. That one will take you to a page that will have two buttons, so you can register for either day or for both. The second link is a link to the replay of the live webinar. So just in case you cannot attend to the live webinar, that's not a problem. You can always catch the replay and watch it from the comfort of your own home. In addition to that, we also invite you to our private Facebook group where you get to see more success stories from members of our community and more information about the business. Now, you're probably wondering, so what is it that we're going to find out on the webinar? On the webinar, you're going to find out how our online business plan works, and also you get the opportunity to hear from the panelists, which are members of our community, who will be sharing with you why they decided to start their online business and how this online business has transformed their lives. So if you want to see who will be the hosts and panelists for tonight's live webinar, here they are.
Okay, so tonight we're having our live webinar where you can come and learn more about this amazing opportunity. Our host tonight will be Tina. She's a former business development manager, now a job quitter. We're also going to have Han and Brian. They're both teachers. We're going to have Cora, who's a healthcare worker, and we're going to have Hang, who is a manager.
We also going to have Miri, she's a caregiver. Tram, a pharmacist, Ina, a stay-home mom, and Arling, a teacher. So all these people are going to be today, November 27, in our live webinar. But remember, we have live webinar every Tuesdays and Thursday, always at the same time. 5 p.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. Eastern time. And the only thing that you have to do is register with your name and email to any of our websites or link, and we will send you an email with your personal link to access this amazing webinar or the replay. All right?
Thank you, Isabel. Thank you, Jesse. So yeah, so if you're catching tonight's live webinar, our live webinar has subtitles in in 5 languages: Spanish, French, Tagalog, Vietnamese, and Arabic. And if you're catching the replay, that's not a problem. You can always catch the replay of our live webinar if you can make it. So our replays have subtitles in several languages. So there you go. So now you know if you want to start your online business, all you have to do is just register into any of the websites that appear on the screen. All right, so let's dive into our topic for today.
Yes, our topic for today is reflection meets a strategy, plan with intention.
Yes, so that's what we're going to be talking today. So, welcome back to another episode of the Latin Voices. And happy and blessed Thursday for those who are on Thursday, and happy and blessed Friday for those who are already on Friday, and happy Thanksgiving Day. Um, so, as we near the end of the year, many people are caught up in two places, either looking back at what happened or wondering how to move forward. So today's topic is all about turning reflection into strategy and using intention as your fuel to finish strong and begin even stronger. So let's dive into three powerful points that can reshape how you plan your future. So how you can plan your future. So what are today's points?
So we have point number one, reflection without intention is just memory. Point number two, vision without a plan is just a dream. And point number three, time is not the issue, intention it is.
Yes, so that's what we're going to be talking today. So let's dive into our point number one.
Yes, so we have here point number one, reflection without intention is just memory. So most people reflect at the end of the year. And I think, I don't know why we do that all the time. At the end of the year, we're reflecting on the things that we did and the things that we didn't do. And sometimes we wait till the end of the year to kind of meet all our goals. But every few use that reflection to actually build a better one. So, you don't just reflect at the end of the year. It's good to reflect, every month to see what you have done for the month, what you have done, halfway through the year, and so on. So, looking back is important, yes. But if all we do is replay memories, we stay exactly where we've been, you know so you don't want to just think about the things that happen. You want to focus on the changes that you want to make. You want to focus on the goals, on how you're going to take care of them, right? So true reflection means asking yourself, what did this year teach me? It's very important to learn that. What have I learned from what's happened to me this year? What's the change? What needs to be changed? And what am I not longer willing to carry with me into the next chapter? So there's some things that we gotta let go, right? You don't want to take those to the next year, because we're planning a year with intention, with focus, with purpose. And there's a lot sometimes, the things that we really have to go let go. Sometimes is even relationships that we have to leave behind. So according to the research from Dominican University, people who write down their goals and review them regularly are 42% more likely to achieve them. Why? Because reflection only becomes transformation when you pair it with intention. That's where everything happens. That's where the magic happens. You have to really have your goals, but you have to have the intention, and you have to really take action to make it happen. And in my own life, I learned this the hard way. you know for years I worked in corporate, rushing every morning, dropping my kids off at the babysitter. Every morning was just about a replay of the day before, because every morning my kids will cry and beg me not to leave them, and I would just take off with tears in my eyes. I would not look back at all the years that I had, and think, maybe next year will be different. That we think that, and we always say, well, maybe something is going to change, maybe it's going to get better, maybe this is not going to happen again. But if we keep thinking and thinking and thinking that, we can think every day, every hour that, yeah, something's going to change. But if we're not doing anything to change it, guess what? Things are going to stay exactly the same. Um, so I wasn't doing anything different. I was just thinking, like I told you, thinking about Yes, maybe it's gonna get better. I was remembering, not redefining, every day I was telling myself, maybe it's gonna get better. But I wasn't taking action. I wasn't really doing the steps I needed to do to make a difference. When I finally sat down and got honest with myself about the exhaustion, the lack of balance, the desire for freedom, that's when reflection shifted from emotional to intentional. You know, I'm thinking that there's a lot of people just like me that we complain about things and we always say it's going to be different, but we're, like I said, we're not taking the steps that we need to, right? So when everything shifted from for me from emotional to intentional, that's the moment that changed everything, because once you see your truth clearly, you can't unsee it anymore. And you can't go back to the old version of you. Because once you discover that there's something new out there, that there's something that you can do to have a change in your life, you don't want to go back to the old self where you kept going just on autopilot just because you had to. So reflection gave me clarity, intention gave me direction, and together they opened the door to the life I am building now. So here's what I want you to stay with today. Reflection creates awareness, intention creates results. Put them together and you create a new future for you and for your family.
Thank you, Isabel. So yeah, so Isabel taught us about reflection without intention is just a memory. So you really have to reflect with intention. All right, so let's move on to point number two.
All right. So point number two is vision without plan, just a dream. All right. Now you reflect, you have the intention of that reflection. So now you have to make a plan. You have to make it happen. If you know, it's just a dream. Okay, so you may have big goals, for 2026: freedom, income, more time with family, more traveling. But have you broken into actions? How you thought about how do I get there, step by step? Because sometimes we just focus on the end, but we don't see those small steps. And with those small steps, we don't see the whole dream. We don't have a plan. Sometimes people say, like, when you are dreaming to buy, I don't know, like a present for Christmas, you know? So a lot of people, what they do, they put aside at the beginning, starting in January, $20 every month. In December, they already have the money to buy that present because they make a plan and they stick with it. So I start with three categories. So what you will start, what will you improve, and what you will let go of. So if you have these things, you can make a plan about it. So a strategic planning boosts performance by a 12 to 20%, especially when you big goals into small, consistent action. And those are small steps that I was talking about. So a plan with intention is how dream become results. And we all know that. Maybe we don't think about that, oh, I need to um do this step first or do the other step. Sometimes we just do it just because it's normal, but we just had to be conscious about it. So, because everyone has a vision. Everyone wants a better year, a better life, a better income, better health, more freedom, more balance. But the truth is, without that vision, without the plan, is nothing more than a dream. We all can wish, we can always have that dream about it, but if we don't take action to change that life, if we don't take action to achieve the things that we want, we will not get there. It's about talking about reflection. You have to have an intention, but after you get that reflection and that intention, you have to do something about it, because then just having that reflection is not enough. Reflection is a powerful thing, but because you reflection. You reflect alone, you can reflect with your family, and then you can move forward from a situation. You can do your journey, you can visualize it, you can say, as Isa was saying, next year will be different. But unless you create a strategy, nothing will change. You know, um, we all can dream. It's free, but taking that planning that separate, your wishful thinking, uh, to create transformation, that's when the power come in. That's when the transformation with you. That's when the plan start going in. When your plan gives you your vision, direction, you start moving forward, because it will tell you how you get there. It will keep you accountable, on the days that you are tired, on the days that you are distracted, on the days that you're overwhelmed, on the days that you don't feel like doing it, because you already have a plan that protects your vision, and that can become something for a new resolution. A lot of people do this at the beginning of the year. you know I'm going to go to the gym or lose 10 pounds. But that's just it's a dream, it's a thinking. You reflect. Yes, I'm a little bit overworked or overwhelmed, and my health is not doing good. You're reflecting about this, but you have to make a plan. So you have to say, on Wednesday I'm going to go to the gym, or every day I'm going to have a walk, and then you have to stick with it. So you don't need a perfect plan. You don't need to be all figured out, with all the intention all clear, but you just have to have just simple step clear, so you can follow consistency. When you actually match your vision, that's when you start seeing the results. When you start getting up at 6 in the morning for that walk, or when you finish, you have that walk at 6 o'clock in the afternoon, or when you start taking the stairs instead the elevator. When you start your own business, when you start saving for something, you are taking a step toward the action. You're taking a step toward the vision, so you can see seeing the results. So for so many of us, as the digital business, we took a big challenge. We move, we step from the comfort zone, and we want something different for ourselves and for our family. We have the plan, and then now we can feed that plan to our life. I have my business, but I'm still going to work. I still have those small steps, so I can create a better momentum, with my family, my responsibility. And doesn't need to be the 24 hours, doesn't need to be the 12 hours a day. I just need to spend to my business half an hour every day, or maybe an hour every day, and I can start doing that roadmap, to start disciplining myself, to start seeing those um, training, to get there. So don't wait. We always wait for January. January is the beginning of the, but sometimes we just have to make our plan and start it. Started today, started now. Because remember, we always say about this: the perfect moment doesn't exist. So start creating your plan so you can see your vision, so your dream becomes better, so your dream becomes something that you can achieve. It's not all about I'm thinking. It's just make a motion, and start your intention, start today. And that's what I want to say.
Thank you, Jessie. Yeah. So Jessie just told us about vision without a plan. It's just a dream. So if you want to create that vision and realize that dream, you have to take action. So let's move on to point number 3. Time is not the issue, but intention is. So for years, I told myself the same thing many of us do. When I have more time, I'll start this. Or when things slow down, I'll focus on this. Um, but the truth is, time was never the issue. What it was the clarity and the intention that were the issues. So when I was working in the film industry, my days often started before sunrise and ended long after everyone else went home. So I loved what I did, but I was constantly running on empty, giving my time to everything except the life I truly wanted to create. So then one day I realized something powerful. You don't find time, you design it. Okay? Because if you don't set an intention for your time, guess what? Someone else will. So a study found that people who set clear intentional goals and schedule them are 3 times more productive than those who don't. That statistic changed the way I approach my days and ultimately my life. When I started my digital business, I didn't have endless hours. I began with what I had, so 1 or 2 hours a day, and poured my focus into actions that matter, learning, applying, and growing. The difference wasn't the time, it was intentional time. The system handled the heavy lifting, the mentorship gave me the direction, and the community gave me the accountability and inspiration. That's how I discovered freedom, not by working more, by working with purpose. So this business allows you to work smarter, not harder. Because when your action is aligned with your intention, you create the momentum even with just a few focus hours a day. And we have so many, in our community that, they allocate, like from 30 to 2 hours a day to do their business, and they're moving their business forward. And many of them, they're leaders of the community, which they already, are just having the business, and and they started same as all of us. And here is the best part: once you start acting with intention, time seems to expand because you become more present, you become more productive, and are more at peace. So time will pass anyway, but the question is, what will you create with it? So here is your message for you today. Look at your week ahead and schedule just one intentional hour for your goals. Protect it like meeting with your future, because that's exactly what it is. So that's my message for you today. So hopefully you can apply that. And well, let's see what is our key takeaway for this topic.
Yes, our key takeaway is, so ask yourself, what do I want the next 90 days to look like? What do I want to become in the process? And remember, a new year doesn't bring change, you do.
Yes, so that's where we're going to be talking today. And what is the message for the audience?
So our message for you, if you're ready to plan your next chapter with clarity and support, feel free to message us, comment, plan, and let's talk. Let's see what came out with your plan. Let's see what we can do for you.
Yes. And well, we have arrived to the end of our live. So what is our topic for next Thursday?
Next Thursday, we're going to have It's More Than Income, it's the impact you leave.
Yeah, so that's what we're gonna be talking next Thursday. So let's finish this year with intention and not just resolutions. Because many year we do, we do resolutions, but we don't take action on those resolutions. So they stay just up in the air. So let's start changing that, and let's start with now. We're almost at the end of the month of December, so let's take action now, and so we can start with the new year with the right foot. So hopefully, you got enlightened with what we shared today. Reflection meets strategy. Planning with intention before the end of the year. So if you want to learn how you can start your online business, and start planning from now, so you start the new year better prepared financially. Here are 3 ways that you can get in touch with us. So you can either put in the comments more info, or you can send us a private message, or you can register directly into our websites that appear on the screen with your name and email address, and we'll send you that invitation to watch the webinar. So when you register into our website, you will receive an email that will contain 2 links. The first one is to register to the live webinar. That one will take you to a page that will have 2 buttons. So you can register for either day. So our live webinars is every Tuesdays and Thursdays at the same time, 5 p.m. PST, 8 p.m. EST. So the second link you get there is the link to the replay of the live webinar. So just in case you cannot attend to the live webinar, you can always catch the replay through that link and watch it from the comfort of your own home. In addition to that, we also invite you to our private Facebook group where you get to see more success stories from members of our community and more information about the business. Now, you're probably wondering, so what is it that we're going to find out on the webinar? On the webinar, you're going to find out how an online business plan works. And also, you get the opportunity to hear from the panelists, which are members of our community, who will be sharing with you why they decided to start their online business and how this online business has transformed their lives. So if you want to catch tonight's live webinar, Don't forget to register into our website that appear on the screen, or you can send us a private message or type in the comments more info, and we'll be happy to send you that invitation to tonight's live webinar. Okay, so we want to say thank you to everyone that has watched the live with us today. For those catching the replay, thank you so much. To our followers, thank you so much for being part of our community, for believing in us, and for engaging with our content. We all want to wish everyone a happy and blessed Thursday and happy Thanksgiving Day for
Happy
those who in the United
Thanksgiving.
States. Yeah. And a happy and blessed Friday for those who are ready on Friday, and a happy and blessed weekend ahead for everyone. So thank you again for being here with us today. And until the next episode of the
Latin
Latin voices.
voices.
Thank you, everyone. God bless you all.
Bye.
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 Have a blessed Thanksgiving.